Chapter 20. Mia. I was so shocked the other day when Leah and I were named as the two sophomores on the homecoming court. Leah, I can understand. She's absolutely beautiful. She does well in school, and she's a cheerleader and very popular. But honestly, I've never even thought about something like that happening to me. I really never have cared about those types of things. They just seem so unimportant and temporary compared to the things I really want out of life. Still, it was an honor that the students in my grade would vote for me. My family and I were at dinner on the Monday night before homecoming. I finally decided I had better let Papa and Mama know about the nomination because he was going to have to escort me onto the field at halftime Friday night. Papa said he was really proud of me and said he knew a guy in our neighborhood, Enrique, he's a junior, that would be just perfect for me. And then went on and on about how he was friends with Enrique's papa and he could set things up with the man and Enrique for the Saturday night dance. Mama interrupted him and said Mia can choose her own boyfriends. She doesn't need our help. Then Isabella and Emma both started giggling, and Mama and I glared at them, and they stopped laughing. I told them over and over that they are not to tell Papa about Luke and me, and Mama had warned them they will be punished if they do. Mama said I should have let her know earlier about my nomination, and I replied that I knew that, but I was worried about not having anything that nice to wear, and I didn't want them to waste money on buying something for me just for Friday night. I added that I wasn't going to the dance Saturday night. It's true, I'm not. Luke and I talked about whether to go or not, and I would so much like to be seen with him in front of the other students. I know everybody knows we're a couple, but Luke said he didn't have the right kinds of clothes, and he's never danced before, and I could tell that he's felt so awkward about the whole thing. It's true, he doesn't have anything to wear that's nice enough. Finally, we decided what we would do on Saturday night. We've never been out at night together. So Luke suggested that we ride our bikes to the local Dairy Queen, and instead of having just an ice cream cone like we did one time when we were ninth graders, we would both order a milkshake and he would pay for both of them. And we would sit and talk for a long time and be together and drink our milkshakes very slowly to make the evening last, he said. What he said was so loving and sweet, and I told him that would be perfect. On Friday night, Papa dressed up with the coat and tie that he wears to Mass on Sundays, and I was proud to have him escort me out onto the field. Mama made time to make a new blouse for me. She must have stayed up late for several nights to sew it in secret. I teared up when I found out what she had done, and I told her how much I loved her and appreciated her for everything she does for us. Mama said she was proud of me and was glad that Luke and I were together. But the time was not right for us to let Papa know about our relationship. I fear that the time will never be right, but I'm never going to worry about that now. We went home after the ceremony. Papa had to go to bed and get some sleep because he had to get up at 5 the next morning to go to his Saturday janitor's job at the hospital. And Mama and my sisters and I had to clean the house and chicken run before Luke and I went off to do our Saturday jobs. I wasn't interested in the football game anyway. What Ellie has been telling me about football games is true. What's the point of them kicking and throwing that ball all over the place? I brought my World History 2 book and research notes to the game and worked on the paper I have to do on the bubonic plague in Europe during the 1400s and 1500s. It's really fascinating reading. Saturday night with Luke was so wonderful. He told me I looked as beautiful at night as I did during the day, and we just sat for an hour at the Dairy Queen, talking and holding hands. I'm so glad that Luke is not living with his father anymore, and I could tell that he is more relaxed. I know I won't see any more bruises on his face. It would just tear me up inside when I would see them. I was scared for him. After we finished our milkshakes, we went walking for several blocks up and down in front of the Dairy Queen. Luke said his granddaddy said that when he got his driver's license permit on March 15th, he would take me out to dinner someplace, that we would finally have a big time date. I Luke then said something really unbelievable, that he had never eaten at a sit down restaurant before, and he would like to have that experience. I know that his family is poor, just like mine, but it was really the first time that I realized that his family didn't even have the things that we have, or done the things we've done. I told him I didn't care about us going to expensive places, that being with him was all I wanted. Then we kissed for the longest time. I don't care what happened at the homecoming dance. I'm sure lots of kids had a good time, but I also really, really believe that nobody there had a better time than I did, or was with someone, or with a person so special.